Everyone has a favorite Pokemon. I mean, that's common knowledge, right? Charizard, Greninja, Gardevoir, Vaporeon are some examples. There are also Pokemon that we dislike or even despise. In this video, we'll be looking at Pokemon that are annoying / downright despicable. I'll be going over these Pokemon in generational order. Trust me guys, I got crazy PTSD from just researching for this video. So let me know if you guys can relate to me. Also, make sure to like and subscribe. My honorable mention for Kanto is Charizard. And before we start, I believe that Charizard is definitely overhated and does not deserve any disrespect. And no, I'm not using sarcasm. The reason why it's considered hated, or in this case annoying, is because the developers of Pokemon love to give this guy so much special treatment. First, Charizard is consistently featured in many strong trainers. Red, Ash, Leon, and like 50 other dudes. In Generation 3, it had its own exclusive move, Blast Burn. Although more Pokemon could learn the move in the future games, which is nice. Then it got two separate Mega forms, Mega Charizard X and Mega Charizard Y. Keep in mind, Pokemon that acquire Mega Evolution usually will only have one Mega Evolution, but since it's Charizard, it gets to have two. Like, come on. Save some for the other Pokemon. We're still waiting for Mega Flygon. Where is it? Then in Sword and Shield, it obtained a G-Max form. What's next? Mega Charizard C? Like, come on. We can all agree that Charizard has too much special treatment. It also didn't help that Ash's Charizard was a lazy bum back then. Like I said before, it's now overhated. People are saying that it's a mid-design and it sucks now. The amount of disrespect is crazy. Anyways, it's a bit annoying, but I definitely don't hate Charizard. The most annoying Pokemon in Kanto, in my opinion, is Diglett. You may be thinking, oh, but it's so cute. How could you ever hate it? Well, I dislike it because it's so damn annoying. In Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, you have to traverse through Diglett's cave. And of course, the whole cave is populated with Diglets. I mean, Diglett itself isn't a dislikable Pokemon until you actually encounter one. You see, Diglett has the ability Arena Trap, which prevents you from running away from the battle. In order to escape, you have to use a Pokédoll or defeat the Pokemon. And since 99% of encounters are Diglets in this cave, you're constantly bombarded with these Diglets. And you have to waste your precious time fainting every single one of them in order to escape. This is why I recommend stocking up repels if you traverse through Diglett's cave in this game. Trust me, you'll thank me later. Next up is Johto. An honorable mention is Bulbapedia. Similarly to Diglett, once you encounter it, you're unable to run away due to its ability, Shadow Tag. Not only that, it gets even worse. Bulbapedia has access to Destiny Bond, which makes it so that if you faint Bulbapedia, then your Pokemon also faints in its aftermath, which means you're playing a very risky game. It also has access to Counter and Mirror Coat. Counter and Mirror Coat functions like voodoo dolls. If it gets hit by an attack, then the user strikes with 2 times the power. Counter for physical moves and Mirror Coat for special moves. And usually, Bulbapedia can take hits very well due to its high HP stat. This means that it's more likely to survive hard-hitting moves and reflect them back. And when you encounter Bulbapedia, you better start praying for your Pokemon's survival. The reason why it isn't as bad as Diglett, even though it's a complete nightmare compared to it, it's because it's an uncommon Pokemon, so you won't have to encounter them a lot, thankfully. The most annoying Pokemon in Johto, in my opinion, are the legendary beasts. Pokemon themselves aren't bad, it's the way you obtain them. In the Johto games, you have to use your Pokedex to track down these Pokemon. These Pokemon roam from route to route until you encounter them, which is super tedious. The most annoying Pokemon in Hoenn is Meditite. You may be thinking, wow, that's a random Pokemon, but here's the thing. When you're battling against one, it always spams Detect for some reason. If you don't know, Detect makes it so that it protects itself from any moves for a turn, similarly to the move Protect. The thing is, I'm trying to one-shot these dudes and move on, but the fact that they are wasting time on their inevitable defeat is very annoying. Also wastes my Pokemon's power points, so there's that. The most annoying Sinnoh Pokemon is Bronzor. Bronzors suck. First up, their designs are pretty weird. It's a freaking frisbee with a face. Also, in Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, they make 99% of Team Galactic's Pokemon for some reason. This means that you're constantly fighting them in the games. And it gets even worse. They're annoying to faint. Bronzor has 2 abilities, Heatproof and Levitate. Heatproof makes it so that it halves the damage of all Fire-type moves against it. Levitate makes it so that the user is immune immune to ground type moves. Do you know what this means? This means that Bronzor has eliminated one of its two major weaknesses depending on what Bronzor you're fighting. Bronzor also spams the move Hypnosis, which puts your Pokemon to sleep, which makes this Pokemon even more infuriating. So yeah, screw Bronzor. Next up is Unova. The most annoying Pokemon in this region is freaking Watchog. Remember what I said about Bronzor? Well, Watchog is sorta like Bronzor, but 3 times worse. Let me explain. First up, it makes up 99% of Team Plasma's Pokemon, which means that you're constantly fighting it just like Bronzor. But nothing makes this Pokemon more infuriating than its moveset. Most Watchogs have these moves in their arsenal for some reason. Super Fang, Sand Attack, Hypnosis. Hypnosis puts your Pokemon to sleep, of course. Sand Attack lowers your Pokemon's accuracy, which makes you miss more often. Super Fang is arguably the worst of them all in my opinion. When hit, it halves the health of your Pokemon no matter how much HP you have. So let's say you have a level 100 Pokemon and has over 200 HP. If it gets hit by Super Fang, then your HP drops to 100 something, basically all the way to the yellow bar. This means you have to constantly heal, which is super annoying right after you fight one, although you can avoid this move if you're a ghost type. So yeah, screw Watchog. The most annoying Pokemon in Kalos is Klefki. Honestly, I personally don't hate it, but apparently it was a monster and competitive back then. So the distaste for this Pokemon doesn't come from me, but rather from other people. So why is this Pokemon regarded as super annoying back then? After a bit of research, I can guarantee you that it deserves all the hate. Its usual moveset contains annoying status moves, such as Thunder Wave and Toxic. It doesn't help the fact it has the ability Prankster. If you didn't know, Prankster gives priority to status moves. So yay, not even fast Pokemon are safe. It also runs Spikes, which is used to chip damage to the opposing Pokemon team, so you're not going to have a good time. Even worse, it has Magnet Rise, which makes it immune to ground type attacks. You know, an attack that would have been super helpful against it. So yeah, it casually gains an immunity to one of its weaknesses. This Pokemon was definitely something else back then. It has one of the most annoying sets and it looks stupid. Next up is Alola. An honorable mention is Galiciopod because of its ability. Emergency Exit makes it so that if it's below half health, then it will switch out to another Pokemon. It doesn't help the fact that it has crazy good defense, which means it doesn't get one-shotted most of the time. Like, I'm trying to finish up this fight. Anyways, I don't actually hate the Pokemon, I just think it's annoying to deal with. Anyways, the most annoying Pokemon in Alola is probably Incineroar. I don't think I need to go into further explanation, honestly. The most annoying Pokemon in Galar is Greedent. So in Pokemon Sword and Shield, there are berry trees that appear all around the region. When you go up to one, you can shake them to catch berries, and you can continue shaking them for as long as you can. But there is a catch. Basically, there's a risk/reward system. As you shake the tree and gain more berries, the tree will start to shake more and more aggressively. The rapid shaking indicates that a wild Pokemon will jump out to you, and the Pokemon usually consists of Squirtle and its evolution Greedent. If the Pokemon does jump out at you, it'll steal many of your berries, just like the RS. Like I said before, it's a risk/reward system, and it's super annoying, which is why I'm blaming Greedent. The last region is Paldea, and arguably, this might be the most annoying Pokemon on this list. This makes Watchog look like a saint in comparison. The most annoying Pokemon is kind of a tie. Gimmighoul and Goldengo. The reason why it's the most annoying Pokemon is because of its evolution process. If you want to evolve Gimmighoul, you have to find 1,000 Gimmighoul coins around the region. You're supposed to collect 1,000 of these little dudes in order to evolve one Pokemon. And yes, this is obviously time consuming. There are also chest forms that appear around the region that'll give you more coins, but they take multiple days for them to respawn in my experience. Also, these guys make the most annoying noises, like shut up. Also, I'm not a fan of these designs. They look kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie. Like, why is bro wearing dreads? So yeah, that's about it. If you want to check out my other videos, click over here.